What is good, YouTube? Welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I put out a tutorial, but we back at it. So right now I'm just gonna jump automatically into the haircut. I started off with my bald line with the T outliners. They're modified, so you know what I'm saying, if you modify, you can't get a warranty on them. So if you want to modify them, just make sure you have more than one pair. So I just started off, you know what I'm saying, my bald guy line. He wanted to cut all the facial hair off and just keep the goatee, so I'm just gonna go ahead and knock two birds out one stone. So I went ahead and clean up the face. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to record this voiceover 2 times, so if you hear me say the same thing twice, that's because I'm not trying to do it twice. I don't know if that made any sense, but right now I went in my lever fully open. I went halfway, then I went closed right underneath that. Now I'm going with my #1 guard fully open, and I'm using like a rake down method. That's because I don't want to use a guard higher than a #1 on this haircut. It's really not needed. So, and if you start digging into the bulk of the hair, it's going to be a little harder for you to fade, and you're going to get lost a little bit. So just make sure that you practice your C motions, and make sure that you try your best to always flick out and not touch any hair that you don't want to cut. So I went in with my 0 guard closed, and I'm starting to, you know, I'm just starting to fade it. It's like you just work your way down back to your first guideline. So now you see I got no blade on the clipper, and I'm going to work. It's really, man, barbering is really just about finesse. It's about how you can finesse it. You can do a whole fade with no guards and just a comb. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about how you have that finesse. So just try to be smooth with your haircuts and try to do your best to give a top quality service. So right now, this video is not a long video at all. I just wanted to show y'all some quick clips and stuff. So I'm just going ahead and line them up. So I start off in the middle and I work my way to the side. And here's a key note for you. Start off on the vertical bars first, on the side of the head. Don't jump immediately to the front shape up, because you're not going to be able to see. Like, you got to see your vertical bars to give it a line. So it's good to have an end to the hairline that you're trying to start cutting, if you get what I'm saying. So just take your time. Really, what I learned about shape ups, it's not about shaping up the skin. So when people use like fiber sprays and all that stuff, I mean, not fiber sprays, but holding sprays as an initial guide to shaping up somebody, you really don't need that. A shape up is you're cutting the hair. Literally, you're cutting the hair. So when people be like, oh, it's a pushback, it's not a pushback at all. You're literally just cutting the hair to give it a shape. A shape up is not with the skin, it's with the hair. Remember that. That's what I learned recently, and I've been cutting hair for 3 years now. So that's something that helped my lineups get sharp. And no, you don't need the best clippers in the world to do that. So I'm using the Annis T outliners. They're good. I modified them, and I got the blade a little close. I got them 0 gap. So you know what I'm saying. So they are sharp, but it's really not about that. It's all about the hair. Literally, it's a haircut. So if you're not cutting any hair, you're not going to get any, you know what I'm saying, any lines or nothing. But once you put a line on that taper and stuff like that, on any fade that you do, you put a line on it, you're going to be able to see more lines that you missed out on, you know what I'm saying, on your detail work. So that's a key. You know what I'm saying? Just take your time, do your thing, shape up, look in your mirrors, things like that. And nobody's shape up is even. That's what people don't understand. We try our best as barbers to make it even, but nobody's shape up is even. And yeah, really, to be completely honest with you, this is not a hard haircut to do. It's just it's not a lot of room for error, because it's so simple. The simple haircuts, it doesn't have a lot of room for error. If you're doing a fade, you could probably mess up and bring the fade up a little too high, and your client probably won't notice, but it's really nothing crazy. So what I'm saying is, altogether, generally, just take your time, do the haircut. Don't worry about your time that's taking you to do the haircut. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Introduce new things to your clients, like enhancements. As you can see, the line was already sharp before the enhancements. You don't need enhancements, but it's like, why not? You're gonna make that haircut pop. They're gonna recommend more people to you. So I don't really understand that battle on no enhancements or enhancements. Sometimes they can be overused. So just, you know what I'm saying, always just try to have some self-control when it comes to that. But just make sure that whatever you're doing, you just staying consistent with it. That's the key. So yeah, I'm just going to shape them back up with the after I put the enhancements on there. I do use Topic hair fibers. It's very general hair fibers. That's all, like, that's what a lot of suppliers sell, so that's what I go with, and they get the job done for me. And I like to spray like a little I use got to be glued hair holder, like it's a spritz, so I like to use that just to hold the fibers in there. But that's not really just to make my line sharp. I just use it literally to hold the fibers in there. So yeah, this is actually always a fun haircut to do. I like it when my man come to the shop, you know what I'm saying? It's always a fun haircut. I always try to make the taper the blurriest I can get it. Every time I cut his hair, I try to make it better than the last time. And you know, I'm sure he appreciates that. It's all about just being a good barber, having good conversations, being a good people person. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying, as a barber, you don't want your clients to sit there and there's nothing to talk about. But y'all, that's the haircut. It's real easy steps. It's like a 3-step haircut. But you know what I'm saying, we got to add the razor finish on the end. But this is really simple. This is probably the quickest haircut tutorial I put out on my YouTube because it's extremely simple. It's the same thing. I only showed one side, but it's the same thing for every side. So just make sure you follow your steps. If you have any questions, comment or follow me on Instagram and DM me, and I'll be sure to I'll be glad to help you. So yeah, this is the cut. You know what I'm saying? If y'all not subscribed to me, man, go ahead and subscribe to me. I appreciate everybody that subscribes to me, man, really. Yeah, so go ahead, do y'all thing. I'll talk to y'all. Y'all stay safe and stay up. Peace.